The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericaempowerment.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone, today. I hope that you're having a beautiful week, that you had a lovely holiday weekend, that it was safe, full of rest and connection. Today, we're going to be talking about how to fall into your passion, purpose, and power. And I had a workshop, actually, I was leading just a couple weeks ago, and it was called Fall into Balance. And as we went through our day, hearing from different speakers, gaining their wisdom, encouragement, being empowered, we discovered what falling into balance truly was, that it's truly falling more into you. And a lot of what we're going to be talking about today is how to dig into some of the core of you, where your passion is, and how to really bring that more into all that you do in your life, in your business, in your relationships. And if we can couple your passion with living your life on purpose, deliberately, with intention, that's how we feel you can really step into your power. My friend I have joining us today, I'm actually very excited to have a good friend of mine on the call today named Cynthia Stott. Cynthia, I welcome you.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so happy to be here and excited, too.
And Cynthia is a mindset expert, creator of the Speak Now program, a dynamic speaker, community leader, money lady, and a really good friend. And she has a huge passion for helping people, particularly speakers, really step into their passion, and feels like that is a core place to start. So Cynthia, I welcome you to this show today.
Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so glad to be here. And I recently realized that I'm passionate about passion.
and she's telling that she called me up all excited. And you could, when you know somebody well, you can just picture when they're almost giddy with a realization or excitement and they just are bursting. They can't wait to share that with you. That's how it felt when you called and were sharing with me about your passion for passion and helping people in that way. So it was a really, really beautiful thing to hear and experience. And I'm excited we're going to be talking about that together today.
Me too.
And I was pausing as I was preparing for the show today and thinking about what if we all lived even one day a week on purpose. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming to live every moment, every thought, every step on purpose and with purpose. That can start to feel like a lot of pressure. But if we can start in small steps when we're feeling overwhelmed, like we have too much to do, things are falling off the plate, frequently our mindset will be to criticize ourselves because we shouldn't have let that happen. There's too much to do. I need to buckle down and do it. What I have learned is actually the case. It's those moments you most need to pause, especially when you feel like you can't, like you don't have the time. And when you do, even if it's just for 3 seconds, a big breath, your perspective shifts and you have a different view on the priorities, because if we keep stacking too much on a plate, the plate is only so big. Things are going to roll and fall off. And I would much rather be the one to choose what is taken off my plate as I'm adding more than letting circumstance or time and energy dictate that. And that's a way that you can really consciously start to live on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would like to do is, actually, I was turning the tables a little bit. And Cynthia, I know you're a good friend of mine and you were willing to roll with this. But I said, I never get to be introduced. Would you mind introducing me? And she said, sure. And I don't know how she's going to introduce me. I am trusting. But I just thought that would be kind of a fun experience for me and for all of us to have someone else introduce me today. So Cynthia, would you mind?
I would love to. My only problem with it is I always have a hard time focusing on what amazing aspects of you to share with people, because you just have so many. You're one of those multi-talented people that I just enjoy so much and have so many great things to say about.
Oh, thank you.
And that's a wonderful thing to be an introducer for that.
You get to choose then.
Exactly. And so I'm just going to choose about, since it's all about us, I'm going to choose about what is so important to me about you, and that is your authenticity. You're absolutely the real deal, and you are the same in everything that you do that I've experienced you in. And so I've gotten to know you. I know you more as an entrepreneur and not as a financial advisor, but I've gotten to know you more in that arena in the last few months. And I know you just are stepping from that into your entrepreneurship more. And I just want to say that I'm amazed every time I find out about what you do in that field about money, because I'm a money lady. I worked at the Fed. It's important to me. But what you do is you're award-winning. You're like the go-to person for financial advisors. Whenever they need training, they come to you. That's really how you cut your teeth. Training and speaking was about financial issues. And you've grown 6- and 7-figure businesses. You've helped startups go from their, very beginnings of startups to being IPO. So you've done some amazing things in that arena. And then now you're turning that around and applying it to not only your own business, but in your mentorship and your coaching of your business clients. And there, the authenticity piece is key. You actually share what you do and how you did it to grow those 6- and 7-figure businesses. You don't sugarcoat it. You don't change it. You actually share what you do with your clients so they can do the same. And I just really appreciate that about you.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. I so appreciate that. And just as you were sharing, I was thinking about, because you used the phrase cutting my teeth on, and you're absolutely right. I was, years and years ago, I was a waitress for about 10 years. I started as a hostess, and then I got to be a waitress. And I used to think, wow, if I could learn how to navigate all the timing, all the different things a server does, and serve and please hungry people that may have been waiting for a while, I thought, I'm really learning how to work with all different types of people. And when I think about that with money, I think it's a very similar thing. One of my specialties was and is helping people make a heart connection with their money, because there is a disconnect that people have. And learning how to, in speaking and teaching, hold that space, because money can be such a charged issue, is an honor and a privilege. And I love that that's an arena that you also are passionate about, because I think we need more and more heart-centered beings out there really helping people make that connection. And so much of it goes back to their passion. It goes back to what's most important to them. And that's when I build businesses and practices and help people in their speaking career. That's where we always start, because I can share how I did it and why I do what I do, but I would rather share and help them discover how to do it for themselves, tailored to their passion, their purpose, what's most important to them, playing to their strengths. So, but all of that stems from that passion piece that I know we're excited to be talking about today.
Yeah, and Rebecca, just if I may interject something here.
You may.
About the authenticity piece and why I say you're the real deal and you're authentic, because everything you do, when you say and you tell people this, and sometimes we don't get it because we need to hear it several times because the way you approach it is rather different, that you, meaning each of us, are really where we start, whether it's in building our business, in growing our business, in our finances, whatever we're doing, we really need to be the center of it. Your famous flower template.
Yeah.
Where the inside of the flower is you, meaning the person that's drawing this flower, that all the petals, even what the petals are, depend upon you. And it's so authentic in that you share that every time. And you model it because you build your business around it. You go, well, I wouldn't want to do that, so why would I? If I want to do it, I'll build it. It's just beautiful to really feel and hear and see and understand that, because not all mentors are sharing what they do. And although you share it and say you need to figure out what works for you, but you really share what you do. You walk the walk.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And what I would like us to do is take a moment to pause, because we were just talking about that authentic and walking the talk. So what I would like us to do is just pause for a moment. Those of you that are driving, keep your hands on the wheel, stay safe, don't close your eyes. But those of you that are able to, put both your feet on the floor, kind of relax, ground yourself, take a deep breath. Close your eyes. And just ask yourself, what would it be like if I lived the next hour and a half, 2 hours on purpose, bringing some of my passion in? How does that feel? And then ask yourself, what is one way, just one way, one idea that would help me do that? To live the next hour and a half or so, and you're allowed to do more, on purpose and with passion. Is it something that makes you smile, something that you enjoy? Is it connecting with a friend? Is it watching a cute clip on Facebook? What is it? Is there something that can give you that spark that you can live your day on purpose, make a decision on how you're going to spend the next moment, how you're going to respond, versus just going into automatic? And with that, we are actually going to go to our first break. So please keep that calm moment and breathe and let that wisdom come to you. And we will look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
Join Rebecca Hall Gruyter this fall for a Women's Enrichment Retreat, November 13th, 14th, and 15th at the beautiful Westminster Retreat Center in Alamo, California, in San Francisco's East Bay area. Take time for you and step into your vision in a powerful and sustainable way. This is an all-inclusive retreat in a beautiful and nourishing environment, giving you plenty of time to relax, decompress, and refresh, while having the opportunity to connect with yourself and other heart-centered women on a deep level. To find out more, visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/WER.
Have you friended us on Facebook yet? Why not? Just go to facebook.com/Voice America or search for the keywords Voice America. Once you are part of our Facebook network, you'll receive daily messages about what's happening with our shows, this week's featured guests, and new happenings of the Voice America Talk Radio Network. And you can add your voice to the always active discussions on our wall. Just go to facebook.com/Voice America or search for Voice America.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Build your better business. Achieve that goal. Make good on that resolution. The Voice America Empowerment Channel. It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed your break and that you were able to pause and really listen to what was shared with you. What would help you live the next hour and a half or so on purpose, bringing some of your passion into your life. And really, I invite you to build in that pause. It can create such a shift in your perspective on things. This is an example, Cynthia, I know you've heard this before, that I talk about how you can see a fly, how it'll bang against a window working really, really hard because it needs to get on the other side. And it's banging and banging and banging, and a lot of times will die there. Whereas if it had relaxed, taken a breath, and floated back, it would have seen the open door right next to the window. It could have gone through with a lot less effort and gone on to live the life it wanted to live. And I think sometimes when we get stressed or when we're working hard, we just bear down and work harder. And I really invite you to build that pause into your life to just for a moment look around, look up and look around and see, notice. One of my speech instructors that I worked with, he really helped me tap more fully into myself and share my messages on a deeper level. And one of the things he invited, a way to kind of build this muscle, is to notice where you're sitting and feel the chair that you're sitting on and notice something about the space or room you've never noticed before. And see how many of those little things you can, a scent in the air, a sound, maybe something, because we just block out things as we just tune in and go about our life. So really becoming fully present and take in a couple things that you may not have noticed before, almost like you're seeing the space for the first time. And that's a way to also pause if you need a more active kind of pause to really get a little bit different perspective. So just a couple tips on that. And I wanted to ask Cynthia some questions. Cynthia is a fascinating person, as you shared, Cynthia, that used to work for the Federal Reserve. And now you work in this area where you're helping shift people's mindsets and the money lady, and you're bringing all of these different facets of yourself together in a really dynamic and powerful way. And that's also, here's another tip or another thought about that. I think another way we really step into our power is when we're able to bring all those different pieces of ourselves together, instead of being, for instance, me being a financial advisor that I was over here, and then I'm someone else over here, and then I wear something different here, and I'm something over here. Like, that's diverting all of my energy. When I can really bring all of that in, as well as some of what makes me smile, what I enjoy, that's when you can become really powerful and even more authentic, which you were talking about earlier, Cynthia, is when we're willing to share and be more of us with everyone around us. That's a really powerful, dynamic way to live.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And I think that's one of your special gifts, is really helping people, creating the space for safeness to step into who they really are.
Mm-hmm. I was telling Cynthia when we were at break that I was a little bit quiet when she was sharing about me. and I was very humbled and honored. And, I don't know that we often, as speakers, we're introduced a lot. I was listening to a storyteller this past week, and she said her mom had asked her to say a blessing over the Thanksgiving meal. And so she said, of course. And she walked in, she handed her speaker bio to be formally introduced. Like, you just kind of get used to being introduced and sharing in that way. It becomes part of what you do. And so, but on the radio show, it's a different format. And so I don't often have somebody that will share from their heart or formal information about me. And it was just a very humbling, beautiful experience. And I thank you, Cynthia. And a takeaway that I would encourage each of you, because I love to give you pieces or insights or shares from the speakers and the guests and myself for you to hopefully take and use in your life, but really ask someone to pretend they're introducing you, sharing from the heart. It's a really wonderful experience to be bathed in that, and how they see you and how they would introduce you to a good friend. And it's a really good reminder of how valuable you are. Because we don't always remember that. We don't always remember how we touch people's lives. And I think sometimes we wait for a special occasion, or we wait until they're no longer with us to share those messages with each other. And I really invite you to purposely go through that activity and let someone know how they've touched your life. It can be a formal introduction, one from the heart, or it could just be picking up the phone and saying, hey, I admire and appreciate this about you, and this has really inspired and encouraged me. That's a way you could, in the next 90 minutes or so, live on purpose and touch someone's life in a really positive way, and affirming in their life a way that they make a difference, because sometimes we forget or we don't realize.
That's beautiful, Rebecca. And I like to ask the question, or to give the answer to people, what I appreciate about you most is. And that can change everything. I know I launched the Speaker Summit just a couple months ago, and all the technology was going wrong, and I wasn't sure about anything. And I said to my close group of mastermind friends, I said, what I need today is to know what you appreciate about me most. And I was teary-eyed with the honest and authentic feedback. And it's scary to ask for that kind of feedback because we're not used to it.
Yep. It can be vulnerable, but it also is so important to let people in your life know how they've impacted you, We all, I believe, need that encouragement and want to know that just by living our life as we are, that it makes a difference. And here's how you up level, because you know I like to do that, Cynthia, so we can up level the experience. So extra credit bonus is ask several people and then share the gift with them. And really see how that can bring you closer. And you may find that they say several consistent things about you. And that's really good information to know. Because sometimes we don't frequently have a mirror that reflects that back to us. Frequently, when we look in the mirror, we can be critical. And wouldn't it be beautiful to look in the mirror and actually have sticky notes around the mirror reminding you of some of those consistent things that people said and that you're making a difference just by being you. Well, thank you, Cynthia, for letting me share that. And I appreciate your shares on this subject because I know it's something we both feel so passionately about. And what I would like to do, Cynthia, is ask you one of my favorite questions, which is why? Why is the work you do helping people step into their passion more powerfully, more deeply? Why is that so important to you?
That's a great question. And it really deepened recently when I pulled together my two passions. One passion is for upgrading mindset, and the reason I do that and the reason I love to help people upgrade their mindset and change their limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs and release the emotional charge from past events is because I lived my life with 4 strong phobias and really pretty much a scaredy cat. I really was. Most people don't believe that about me, but I really lived nearly 40 years of my life afraid of nearly everything. And so I love to help people to make that shift in their life and to release what's been holding them back. And then doing the passion work with my with speaking and helping speakers, it was one of those aha moments. I love to speak. It was one of my 4 strong phobias, but I've overcome it over the years and have deepened it with my training by joining Toastmasters in 2007 and forward. And one of my favorite things to do in Toastmasters is to evaluate people and give them feedback. And I've actually had like a lineup asking me, can you evaluate my next speech? And so I thought, this is really great to tie the two together, to help people get their speaker sheet together, to really deepen their message, to really bring out their passion work, their true message, the message that they were born to share and who they were born to share it with and why it's important to them. It's so beautiful when I can give them feedback on that and help them to deepen it and open the space to more and more of their authentic self coming through.
Thank you. I was just sitting here thinking, for those of you who are not speakers, wouldn't that be an interesting activity to think about if you had a message or something that was really important to you and you actually were given a platform to share it? What might that be? And then knowing that, how might you be able to bring that into your life so there's an echo of that in everything that you do? So I would encourage those of you who, speakers too, absolutely. But those of you who are not speakers, I would invite you to explore that a little bit and see how that might impact the choices you're making or how you choose to pause and make decisions. So it goes back to choices, I guess, how you would connect with others and purposely, intentionally live in your day-to-day life as you touch other lives. And with that, we are actually going to our next break, and Cynthia and I would love to hear hear from you and hear you. So if you would like to call in, please dial 888-346-9141, and they will connect you to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions or shares that you have. And know that I will not share your name unless you choose to share it, because I want to protect your confidentiality and I want you to feel really safe. But we love having you participate in the show. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
We're on Facebook along with some of the greatest minds of the world, and that includes you. Visit us on Facebook at Voice America Empowerment.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Join Rebecca Hall Gruyter this fall for a Women's Enrichment Retreat, November 13th, 14th, and 15th at the beautiful Westminster Retreat Center in Alamo, California, in San Francisco's East Bay area. Take time for you and step into your vision in a powerful and sustainable way. This is an all-inclusive retreat in a beautiful and nourishing environment, giving you plenty of time to relax, decompress, and refresh, while having the opportunity to connect with yourself and other heart-centered women on a deep level. To find out more, visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/WER.
Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break. And behind the scenes, Cynthia made a really beautiful comment. And so I asked if she would be willing to share it with all of you. So Cynthia, would you share the thought that you shared with me?
Absolutely. Thank you, Rebecca. So I know that we're not all called to speak on the stage, especially since it's like one of the number one fears in America. We're not sure if it's before or after death. But we're all messengers. We all have that unique message that we were born to share, whether we're just sharing with our family, friends, colleagues. And when we share that message, our passion really comes out and our power comes out, and we have an impact on those we're meant to impact.
Thank you. And just it's a reminder for all of us. I think sometimes we can get isolated, or we're just living our life and we're busy and can focus on some of the day-to-day stuff. And I think we can forget or miss how each of us, for passing this way or that way, the way we pass through, the way we connect or don't connect with others, or share of ourselves or don't, it has an impact. It makes a difference. And sometimes you've all probably experienced this, where you're having a rough day or whatever, and you glance out and your eye catches a child spinning, just enjoying themselves, or looking at bubbles or something, and it makes you smile, and they're just being themselves. They don't even know that they've impacted you, but it can make you smile. And we can see a thing on Facebook, or someone can be smiling or doing a kindness to others. It helps warm your heart and makes a difference. So we all are messengers in how we live our life, or even the words that we share or we don't share. And we make a huge difference by being willing to share ourselves with others, whether it's on stage or with your neighbor. It makes a big difference. So I just really want to encourage all of you to live your life on purpose, to really pause. And in those moments, for me, sometimes when I'll get frustrated or stressed or feel overwhelmed and there's too much, I can catch myself and I'll go, wait a minute, is this who you want to be, Rebecca? And I'll take a breath and I'll say, no, this is not who I want to be. Then who do you want to be with your next breath? And I can decide to be a little bit different. So that's part of living on purpose. And then I really want to dig into this passion work that you are so passionate about, Cynthia. So can you share with me, I have a twofold question. So we talked a little bit about why passion is important to you. I'd like to understand why it's so important to someone in living their life in business and speaking, and why you focus on that first versus strategy and how to get there.
Beautiful. And I think passion is so key in business. And I really believe money is the easy part. When you've got your passion figured out, your enthusiasm is infectious, and passion really sells. And even if that you're passionate about building sandcastles or taking people to sacred sites like Machu Picchu, you can make a business out of that if you're really passionate about it. It really is the passion that comes first.
Beautiful. And how do you help someone discover their passion and tap into that?
My secret sauce.
I know that wasn't on the list of allowed questions.
Well, I'm going to be really authentic. And so I grew up fundamentalist Christian, Baptist, and went to Bible college. My first year of college was Bible college. So very super religious background. And so what I'm going to share here was nothing that I would accept about myself. And I had a really hard time sharing it with even the select people. And you actually were one of my mentors that really helped to bring it out into the world and to make it okay and safe. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So I am a business medium, and I actually channel higher self. So it's like a deeper intuition, but literally I create the space where your higher self can come and share with you on this, I call it the magic screen, which is like in your mind's eye you can see or hear, or many people actually experience what your higher self sees as possible for you in your business, or even as a speaker, what's possible for you on the stage. And that's really where I come from, because that helps people to tap into ideas and possibilities that they may have never considered in their ordinary life. And it's so amazing when we tap into that, because it's something that they're usually really passionate about, but it's that super secret thing they've hid in the closet and under the bed and haven't shown anyone. And if they did, they swore them to secrecy. And it's so beautiful to see that coming out, and for them to not only see it as a possibility, but in many instances they actually experience themselves doing that thing. And they're just so joyous that that's possible for them.
I love that. And thank you for sharing, Cynthia. I really appreciate that. And I think that sometimes that thing that, like you were saying, they swore to secrecy if they did share it, you know, that thing that is so, sometimes that secret desire of our heart, or that thing that's just so special and exciting to us that we're scared sometimes, I think, to tap into the power of it, or I should say, to share that part of us because we want to protect it. And if someone doesn't understand it or if they don't reject it, it can be wounding and really hurt on a really, really deep level because it's tapping so much into our core. But I love how you're able to help people actually experience it and see it, in a sense, discover a taste of what it feels like to live that way. And it helps them become a little more courageous and really want to be able to build their life in that way. So I think it makes complete sense, like you were saying, that you start with that passion first, and then you can build the how to get there. But they need to know that that's where they're going.
Well, you don't want to climb the wrong mountain. If you climb, you can't just climb any mountain. You've got to climb your mountain, the one you really want to climb. Otherwise, you have to climb back down again and then up again.
That's a lot of work. Great example. Yes.
Yeah, I actually had someone that said, "Well, you're so great at helping people make money. Can you help people make money so then they can have time to spend on their passion work?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't do that. I don't want to focus on just the money part. I focus on the passion and then bring the money to that, because why climb up that other mountain to begin with? Just go for the one that you really want."
Thank you. And I want us to just pause for a moment, because I don't want you, the listeners, I don't want you to miss that. So can you say that one more time, Cynthia?
Yeah. So it's so important. I'm touched. I'm very passionate about passion. It's so important for us to allow the space, even though it's scary and vulnerable, for that thing that makes our heart sing, that thing that we were born to do, and that we may be doing in secret, that we need to do and share with those people we're meant to share it with. So rather than going after making money and then allowing yourself to have the money to do what you're passionate about, I'm so much more about really dig deep, be vulnerable, open, and authentic, and discover, rediscover, and honor that thing in you that is your passion work, and then allow the money to come to that. Because when we relegate it to the basement of our lives, where it's only a hobby, we can only spend very little time and energy on it. And if it's our work, with a capital W, that is the way we make our living, we can spend 20, 30, 40, 50 hours a week doing that thing, sharing that thing. And we're not only better for it, the whole world benefits from that. I want to live in a world where everyone is doing their passion work. That's what I'm passionate about.
Yes. And listeners, breathe that in. What an amazing world that would be. And it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with us. Being willing to lead the way. Being willing to step more into our passion. And with that, we are going to take our next break, and we will look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Live up to your fullest potential. This is the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
Join Rebecca Hall Gruyter this fall for a Women's Enrichment Retreat, November 13th, 14th, and 15th at the beautiful Westminster Retreat Center in Alamo, California, in San Francisco's East Bay area. Take time for you and step into your vision in a powerful and sustainable way. This is an all-inclusive retreat in a beautiful and nourishing environment, giving you plenty of time to relax, decompress, and refresh, while having the opportunity to connect with yourself and other heart-centered women on a deep level. To find out more, visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/WER.
Now you can take your favorite Voice America radio program with you anywhere. Sign up for our mobile app if you have an iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry. The Voice America Interactive Radio Player, powered by Aircast, gives you the freedom to listen to any of our programs, anywhere, live and on demand. No registration is required. Listen to your favorite Voice America hosts and discover new ones. Download the Voice America mobile app for iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry, powered by Aircast. Visit the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Success starts here. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com. It's your world.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed your break. And Cynthia and I were talking about, my goodness, the time has gone so quickly. So we are in our final segment here. And we wanted to talk a little bit about speaking. And this is something Cynthia and I are both very passionate about. We've created a number of programs around speaking. And just a little bit of a story about how this came to be is I am a community leader, and so I have a stage that people can come and speak on. People frequently want to speak on the radio show. And I found out very quickly that I needed to have a process to, in a sense, filter and understand what they meant by speaker versus what I meant by speaker, because sometimes they were a little bit different definitions. And I felt like I wanted to have an experience of who these people were before I had them on my stage so I could really serve my community and my listeners. So I created the Speaker Talent Search, and I learned that other community leaders were having the same challenge. And so we combined together to create a program we call the Speaker Talent Search, where it says when you click on the pages and look at it, 300 or more speaking opportunities. And there's actually, this last time, I think we had over 600, if I remember correctly, Cynthia, over 600 this last time.
I think so. We counted.
And this
we counted over 500 the last time we counted, which was at least a week before. So
yeah, and then it grew.
They keep adding.
it keeps multiplying. And there are opportunities on different radio shows and opportunities on YouTube channels and live stages and telesummits and teleseries. And it's become really fun. And what Cynthia and I really love about that is we get to see people sharing their passion and their heart and the vision they're called to bring forward and share. And it's really an honor to witness and be on that panel and help create opportunities for them to connect with. So some of how we're helping people step into their passion and really connect with those that they can help is through the Speaker Talent Search. But what we found in that is that sometimes people get stuck through the process of the talent search itself. And so, because there's an extensive written application process that they go through in order to make it to the finalist round where they would get to do a presentation. And Cynthia, you saw that there was this challenge. People would get stuck partway through because a lot of the questions in that application are clarifying questions. They really walk you through discovering, what are you passionate about? Why are you speaking? Who is it you're speaking to? What is your message? I mean, wouldn't it be beautiful in all of our lives if we knew that, whether we were a speaker or not? I think that would be an amazing gift to know that.
Absolutely.
but it's a process. And so Cynthia saw this need and created a program called Speak Now that helps support people through that application process and really getting all their materials ready, like their press kit ready, so they are ready when the speaking opportunities come to, they can say yes and they can move forward in them. So Cynthia, do you mind sharing just a moment about your program?
Sure, and it's really all about finding that right mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to hike halfway up and figure out, I don't really want this. You really want to know that this is the mountain. So we start with what is your message, and who is it meant for, and why is it important to you that you share this message? And those three questions just open up so much. And so it's a group program that we've created, so it's virtual. And I've had clients all over the country. No one outside the country yet. I have other clients outside the country, but international clients, but no one yet. And for this program, and it's a 7-week group call program. Once a week, we get on the call and we go over the questions. And so we've broken down this, what I call the written audition. I know you call it written application, but it's more of a written audition because that's where you filter everyone. And, you know, pretty much it's a big leap to get through that, to be able to be on your stage for that 7-minute audition. So this is really key and important. So it's 7 weeks. We get on the call. They're all recorded. And then you also get 2 bonus features of it is the Speaker Success Assessment, which I talked about, where I channel your higher self, and you get to see, hear, feel, even experience what your higher self sees as possible for you as a speaker. And then there's also a mindset program. It's called the Successful Speaker Mindset Program, which is like a 30-minute audio with a PDF that you get to listen to 5 weeks in a row, and where you can really change and upgrade your beliefs around being a speaker. Because even when you fill out this application, there's so much inner meanie, doubter, critics that come out. Who do you think you are? Who's going to listen to you? Who's going to pay you? Who's going to buy your programs? Why are you doing this? Why are you spending so much time? And so this program is really designed to give you the support so you can get through that, whether the sabotage is internal or even external, because maybe your aunt's saying, you know, you couldn't speak when you were a kid. Why do you think you can now? So it's giving you that support, and I'm so passionate about that, getting people out there so people can hear their unique message.
And passion. And Cynthia, I know this ties into your free gift, so really quickly, just because I know we're coming up on our last couple of minutes here, would you share about your free gift?
Yes. Well, the free gift is you and me.
More of us.
On the call. Actually, I think there's 3 of them in the recording now. And so if you go to cynthiastott.com/speak now call, or actually you have it on your site, right? So awesome.
Yep.
On your radio site. So it's called the Speak Now Call, and it's a call about the audition program and about the Speak Now program, plus a bunch of speaker tips and community leadership tips and just leadership in general tips that both you and I share on these calls.
And just for those of you who are going, what do you mean free gift? Where is it? If you're listening to us from Voice America, if you're listening to us on that page, if you look over to the right-hand side, you're going to see a yellow link that says Radio Show Gifts. You simply click on that, enter in your name and email address, and it will open up to a wonderful world of free gifts, all different types, shapes, and sizes, and you will see this gift that Cynthia is referring to. And so I really encourage you to check that out. If you're listening to the replay, you can actually go directly to my website, which is www.yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Again, that's yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. You'll see the radio show tab on that you can click, and then you'll see the free gifts. So you can click on that and get access to this wonderful world of empowering gifts and support to help you on your journey. And I really encourage those of you who are feeling that pull. I find frequently it's a calling or a pull to be a speaker, to share a message, with others, that you see a vision others don't quite see yet, and you know you're being called to step into that arena. And I really want to encourage you to let that part of you lead and really be willing to step forward, because if you are called, it's on purpose and it's for a purpose. And people need you now, exactly who you are, how you are, whether you're called to be a speaker or not. When you feel that pull on your heart, you're ready. You don't need to get ready to get ready. You're ready exactly where you are. People are waiting for you to show up in that way. And we can keep growing and we can keep improving different skills and different messaging. But when you feel that pull, it's time. So I really invite you to check that out. If you are a speaker looking for more speaking opportunities, really check out the Speaker Talent Search. And that's also on my website on the front page. You can click on Speaker Talent Search and you'll see the window of opportunity open up to you. And ultimately, the message I want to share with you today, and I want you to take with you, is to discover how to fall into your passion, to live your life on purpose and with purpose, fully accessing all of who you are, and ultimately know your people are waiting for you exactly as you are this moment in time. May you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. Talk to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Thanks again for listening to the preceding program, brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericaempowerment.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the preceding program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.